love Lainey Wilson. And then I got those things and I started, all my self-worth in the early success was wrapped up in how's this song doing? How's this doing? And I was kind of just a mess over that. And then all the way to meet my wife, have kids, build a real life where I suddenly am like, well, I don't want to lose this, you know, and stop touring, stop doing a bunch of things, figure out who I am, come back to it at this age. And there's respect. I think it's perspective, but it's something that I felt about you. And sitting with you, I feel it even more. I think people can get lost in this thing. And
it's easy in your 20s and 30s. You know, everything I've come to realize your 20s are much different than 30, which is different than 40, 50, and then 60. But I wasn't ready to listen to a 60-year-old when I was 20, 30, and 40. Well, I wasn't familiar with Lainey Wilson before MusiCares in early 2024. She's a new artist as far as I was concerned. She's ridiculously talented.
I love Lainey Wilson.
Oh my God, she's unbelievable. I'm like a huge fan.
Yeah.
Avril came in and knocked it out of the park. And I didn't know what she was going to deliver, but she was really into doing it.
Yeah.
And she killed it. And then I didn't know War and Treaty before early 24 either. And I heard them do a cover of I'll Be There For You. And I was like, oh, I get who they would be as singers.
Yeah.
But they took the People's House and took it to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
So just off the top of my head, those three people come to mind, but no one disappointed me on the duets kind of thing. You know, they all took it to another level, but those three jump out at me. I'll give you a great anecdotal story. So I see her doing MusiCares with us for me, and she sings a song called Born to Follow, and I go, wow, that was awesome. And she, did a good job. And then it's that Grammy weekend out there. Yeah. So then, you're going to go to any party and the artists are going to be singing somewhere else. And then somebody, and I don't even know who it was, drops out of Clive's party singing the Barbie song, I'm Just Ken.
Yeah.
And they thrust it at her and they go, sing this before you go out and sing with Jelly Roll. And she's like, yeah, sure. Now, first of all, that took big balls. And I loved her for doing that. Then she comes out and nails it and makes it her own. And now that's the second time I see her in the week. And then she comes out with Jelly and does that. Then I get to know her a little bit. And we hung out one afternoon and it ends up we sat down and wrote a song because we were both bragging up Jelly Roll. She goes, I'd fight somebody for him. I was like, well, there's a song title. Let's sit down and write a song together. And I just fell in love with her because to me, she's also a guy's gal.
Yeah.
Not only is she beautiful and talented, but she can hang all day long.
Yeah. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I love her.